Good evening, Nick. It's Wednesday, November 5th, and I'm conflicted. I mean, I haven't been this conflicted since a bunch of people tried to convince me to watch My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, and man, that was conflicted. Nick, as I'm sure you saw, Republicans took the Senate, they picked up a few extra seats in the House, they picked up some governorships that nobody expected them to, including Illinois, which confused the heck out of me. But, I don't know what to think about it. I really just don't know. So yeah, I do have a political ideology, but I really try not to let it get in the way when I'm trying to think about like how effective and efficient government's going to be. Because I mean, both left and right can work. It really depends on the people and whether they try to make it work. But I don't know, man. I really just don't know. I mean, right now I'm cautiously optimistic, but that's a very major emphasis on cautiously. I mean, I'm probably just being way too optimistic. I'm probably just gonna get my feelings really hurt, but I mean, yeah, Nick, you've seen some of my college girlfriends. You know I'm used to getting my feelings hurt, so I'll be okay. So, bad, mean jokes aside, I mean, I think there's really a chance that they can work together and we can actually start to get things done again. I know that sounded like a question at the end of that, and it should have, because let's face it, it really is a question, and it's a question for everyone. So, Nick, the way I see it, there are really three possibilities going forward. Number one, we take a page out of the playbook of 1994. I mean, Nick, everybody loves the 90s. Falling deficits, falling violent crime. I mean, really, computers were booming. It was kind of all around awesome. And Nick, after 1994, yeah, we had Bill Clinton in office, but we also had a Republican-controlled Senate and a Republican-controlled House. And that was kind of confusing at the time. I mean, we hadn't done that since 1952, so it had been a while. Anyways, Bill Clinton is famous for triangulating. He kind of came towards the middle. And Republicans, man, I have no spatial awareness. Anyways, Republicans kind of came towards the middle. Bill Clinton came towards the middle. It was kind of pretty decent. They actually got a lot of things done. And, I mean, the 90s are characterized by a lot of, booming prosperity. So, apparently it worked, at least in some capacity. Option 2, it ends up looking a lot like post-2006. After 2006, Democrats took the House and had a functional majority in the Senate thanks to the independents that caucused with them. And so, I mean, there was some compromise. They worked with George Bush here and there. George Bush stopped getting most things that he wanted, but there was some compromise, and they got some stuff done, so it wasn't too bad. And that's about what I expect it to look like. We get some things done. There's some compromise here, there's some compromise there. There's not a whole lot of great leaps forward, but at least something will get done. At least I really freaking hope. Possibility 3 is, well, business as usual. So, Nick, as you've noticed, Washington has been really gridlocked since like 2010 when Republicans took back over the House, and there has not been a whole lot of compromise between this really, really split Congress. And it's really my fear that, because it's still a Democratic-controlled White House, that the compromises won't be quite enough, and so there'll be a lot of vetoes. And I'm really afraid of that. I mean, I don't always agree with everything the Republicans do. I don't always agree with everything Democrats do. I don't really agree with a lot of things the government does, because sometimes the government sucks. But I want some kind of compromise and all, but I'm really afraid that it's just not going to happen. So I'm cautiously optimistic. I think that there's a chance, and I'm really hoping, but I remain cautious. So Nick, let me know what your thoughts on the 2014 midterm election was, and I'll see you on Friday.